Welcome back, everybody. My name is Grace, or Gibby, whatever you prefer, and today I'm here with a short item showcase focusing on a mechanic of AQ that I think has never really been explored much by the player base and pushed to its limits. And that mechanic is shield damage skills. Now, a quick note about the video. I didn't originally record it with a live recording, but I forgot a bunch of things, and I didn't like how the audio came out. So I'm now doing a voiceover. So if my mouse pauses randomly or moves in weird ways, like I'm talking with it, just ignore that. I was talking the whole time. It's a little bit goofy now, but is what it is. So with all that out of the way, shields have damage skills. Some of them. Some examples are the box of chocolates, the Asgardian set shield, the Void Awakening wall from GGB's, the Lieutenant Lore shield from the Revengers quest in Thorbeck's hideout. There's a bunch of examples. There's the Grand Tremor Bastion, there's the Eclipse shields. It's not like a new thing. There are some old ones, there are some newer ones. They're all damage skills. There is some differences though. Shields like Box of Chocolates are counted as old normal type skills, like White Knight Z, or like Taladosian Ropes, or like the Horror Show armor, whereas newer shields like the Eclipse shields and the Grand Tremor Bastion, or the Grand Igniter Bastion, or whatever they're called, those are more spell type skills. Now the significance of this is that one is really good for nuking and the other is not, and that is the normal type skills, if you didn't already guess. Now normal type skills are great for nuking because 1, they can be immune. 2, they're often on weird, wacky elecomp calculations, so they do extra damage compared to what they might normally do in the modern day. And the same is true of shields, because shields also get elecomp to their damage skills. Because if you're using a darkness shield to do darkness damage, that should get elecomp. Now, you can see in the video, I'm boosting the hell out of these shields and doing a ton of damage. I'm only really scratching the surface. Now, I'll explain what I'm doing to boost them. First, I'm boosting my stats. Second, I'm using boosters. Now, boosters affect shield skills, at least normal type ones, like the ones I'm using. They affect them fully. It's not cut in half like it is for other skills or spells. So they get full benefit from boosters, and if you had elemental boosters, you could use those as well. Or anything that's not free-to-play boosters, honestly, you could use those and you'd have much better time. But so they get full benefit from boosters, which a lot of nukes don't these days. Now that's not true for every nuke. Weapon-based skill nukes do get booster benefits, but shield skills get that bonus. Shield skills also get pretty significant elecomp. I think the Lieutenant Lore shield is like 1.6 elecomp, and the Box of Chocolates shield, which I also use, is like 1.55 maybe, which isn't the highest in the game, but it's something. Now the real power comes from these shields being able to be immune. So if I use the Lieutenant Lore shield and I cast Fire Dragon Talon, Lieutenant Lore Shield's Ice skill will do fire damage and will still have the bonus from the elecomp of the shield. So, if you spend a lot of resources, you can get this shield to do a nuke of any element in any armor. Now I showcased using this nuke in the Werepire armor because the Werepire provides a 200% bonus damage. It brings attacks up to skill level, and this shield skill counts as attack, so it gets a huge boost in damage from the Werepire armor. Now, if you've been thinking about Werepire and thinking about shield boosting skills, I was using the Dark Werepire armor and a Ice shield against an Ice monster. So I was still taking a lot of damage from the Ice monster, or at least if I hadn't one-shot it. But the thing about Werepire is it covers all 8 elements, and the boosts that it gets from its beast form are omni-elemental, so they work for any element skill. Now you probably picked up what I'm putting down here, but what I'm saying is, if you use Werepire of the appropriate element with a shield of the appropriate element that has a click skill, if you then imbue that to your favorite element for dealing damage, and use the Werepire beast form, you will essentially be getting an elecomp skill with boosted damage from the Werepire form, which is broken enough on its own. They don't normally let you use elecomp skills in Werepire, and you will still have 13% resistance against your favorite enemy of that element. So what I'm saying is, you can get one of the most massive nukes in the game, an elecomp damage multiplier on top of a Werepire beast form multiplier, and you can have perfectly adequate defenses at the same time. Now, it's true that this is super resource intensive the way I was doing it. I think I was using like 4 different quick cast spells to make sure that my nukes hit, and that was mostly for showcase purposes. But if you use a cheap imbue, ignoring Olympics for the metal because it's bugged to use a low level one, but you could use it. If you use a 392 SP cost imbue and a 392 SP cost shield skill, you're paying 700 SP to get an elecomp skill and a beast form bonus and not take any extra damage, which is ridiculous. So, the strategy has some potential. It can be used against any element, and I've been saying Werepire this whole time, but you can use Werewolf or Vampire as well. They'll just be a little bit lower damage, but they're more convenient to use, if anything, so I would recommend using those instead. But you can use it against any element. You can get elecomp and imbue damage. You can get beast form damage stacked on top, and you can have perfect defenses against the monster. The main limiting factor of this strategy is the lack of variety of shield damage skills we have that are normal type. I think we've got 2 fire versions. One is tokens, one is GGB, like seasonal. We've got Box of Chocolates for dark, Jarn Scourger, the Asgardian shield for energy, and the Lieutenant Lore shield for ice. There might be a couple that I'm missing, but those are the ones I can remember that I found. So that's the limiting factor, is the low hit count of these shields and the fact that there are so few of them. So you can't do this against a light monster, for example, to the full efficiency of having perfect defenses and perfect offense, because we don't have a light shield with a damage skill. That being said, this mechanic is insanely strong if you use it with a beast form of the correct element and then an imbue of the opposite element. And so I just wanted to shed some light on this and sort of start crowdsourcing some ideas, because I have not pushed this shield nuking to its limit at all. There is so much more you could do with this. You could inflict statuses based off of damage-based statuses. Imagine how strong a poison you could get with a Werepire and elecomp stacked nuke using the Sneak's Fang, or Sneak's Poison Imbue, or whatever. Same with a Fear, same with a damage-based imbue. So there's so much you can do with this, and I've only just barely scratched the surface. So I wanted to get this publicized, get this out to the player base, so we can get some intelligent players and smart people, smarter than me, figuring out exactly how to make this strategy as broken as possible. So that's pretty much it for the showcase. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it was informative and well explained. Please ask down below in the comments if you have any questions. And let me know what you think. Let me know what synergies you think of. I hope you have a great day, and I hope you have a wonderful time. Spread some peace and love. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.